Paul, as Nigeria's Junior Tigresses have been eliminated from the medal contention at the Fiba Under-19 Women's Basketball World Cup following a 77-51 defeat to Hungary in the round of 16. Despite a promising start to the tournament, the young Nigerian team struggled to match Hungary's tempo and depth, and will now shift focus to 9th and 16th classification round, where they are set to face the losers of Australia versus Argentina in a game. The defeat ends Nigeria's hope of reaching the quarterfinals. Nigeria began their Group B campaign with a strong 93-88 victory over China, showcasing energy and athleticism on both ends of the court. However, the momentum stalled in subsequent games. The Tigresses were outclassed by Canada and then fell to 97-61 to Portugal in their final group match on Thursday. Meanwhile, Canada are through to the quarterfinals after defeating South Korea with a 70-58 margin. So the Junior Tigresses, they started up, against the Chinese girls like a house on fire, winning their first game, but then in their second game they went out to lose embarrassingly 140-something to about 50-something. The last game they also lost that very one. What do you make of the future of basketball, taking a look at the turn of event, especially in the junior category?
I think you talk about the future of basketball down here in Nigeria. Is something we're not sure about how it's going to look like. All right, in a situation whereby the junior basketball team, they're not doing well. What's the guarantee? What's the hope that whenever the senior players retire, this junior one are going to put up a very impressive performance? And so it's very, very disturbing at this point in time, talking about future of basketball down here in Nigeria. Take a look at that team. We don't even have much of home-based players, in that team. And then at the end of the day, we still do not have, we still find it difficult to put up a good performance in a championship like this. So it is very, very, very disturbing. Back here, we don't even have a steady basketball league, in the country. The basketball league down here in the country is not formidable. You talk about showing our talent, we're not sure. We don't have that 100% confidence of, picking talents here, taking them to the Olympics and doing so well. We don't have that confidence. Always rely on those who have find their way maybe to play outside the country, and all of that. So the state of basketball in the country is really, really in a troubling situation, as it stands. And that's why if nothing is done at this point in time, we're going to lose that status as one of the best, African countries that knows how to play basketball, as it stands. So for me, it's really, really disturbing. Take a look at the performance of the girls. Yes, they had a good time against China. But when it matters most, countries that knows how to play basketball, you talk about Portugal and Canada. We saw how they fought at. Even Hungary, that I even thought, okay, they were going to see, at least put up a good performance. They were even beaten. So for me, very, very disappointing outing, of course, for the girls. And I think this should be a wake-up call for the Nigerian Basketball Federation. It's time for also the National Sport Commission to also tilt their eye towards basketball down here in Nigeria. What's happening in basketball? We have Musa Kida as the president, but we hear he has been given, he was appointed, he has been given another position or responsibility to carry out. So how is he going to manage both managing that and also managing the Nigerian Basketball Federation? So I think all of these things should be sorted out. If he still want to continue as the president of the federation, then he should stick to it. Then look for means to see how to develop the basketball down here, in the country. Take a look at, the handball league that is even ongoing at this point in time. They even have a sponsor, and we'll see the handball league comes up every season at every point in time. The teams comes up and you see players living up to expectations. So for me, what I'm seeing at this point in time is not a good one at all. We're preparing for the Afro Basketball Championship, as it stands, and we've not really gotten much information on how the girls, of course, will prepare themselves down to, I think, Cote d'Ivoire, for this particular one. So there's a whole lot of setback. There's a whole lot of, setback, like I mentioned, in Nigerian basketball. So disappointing performance for me. And if you take a look at it, it boils down to the poor state of basketball in the country.